Well, good morning. It's Monday morning, the 11th of October, big day here in New South Wales because it's what they call Freedom Day. So that means we can go outside of our 5 kilometre radius, outside of our local government area, which is good. And now we can have people over to the house. Still have to wear masks, of course, but my husband went to the gym this morning, so how exciting. What about you? What are you going to do today if you're in New South Wales and you can do more than you normally do? I'd love to know the very first thing that you're going to do now that lockdowns are lifted. A lot of my friends have said number one thing is go for a haircut and also to the manicurist. So that'll be good. Haven't we missed it? Anyway, so thank you for joining me today because this is my LinkedIn Live 14th session. So it's been 14 weeks now that I've been going, and I can see there are quite a few of you who have already joined. So thank you so much. Do pop in the chat box where you're watching from. If it's somebody that I know already, I wonder if some of my regulars will be back again, which will be very nice. Or if you've got any specific questions about networking, because today I'm going to be talking about networking for job seekers, because sometimes people feel a little bit uncomfortable about it and they think that networking is schmoozing, but it's not, is it? It's not schmoozing at all. So let's get on with it, and I will share my screen. And if you've got any questions, during the presentation, please feel free to pop it in the chat box in the comments, and I'll respond. Okay, so I'm assuming that you can all hear me and all is good. Let me now share my screen and we will get on with things. So here we go. I'll share this. And here's my PowerPoint, which I'll begin from the beginning. All right. So these are my career tips. So also, if you enjoy these regular career tips, go to the hashtag on LinkedIn, Jane Career Tips, because that's where you'll find all of my previous broadcasts. And if you watch all of them, you'll get comprehensive career transition advice. So today, networking basics and how to make it actually work for you. Okay, so here we go. Now, just to let you know, the previous recordings that you can find under hashtag Jane Career Tips are how to identify your accomplishments, and you need accomplishments to put into your resume and also to answer behavioral questions, okay, and sell yourself. The best resume layouts, because there are quite a few that you can choose, resume do's and don'ts, how to create a powerful summary for your resume, and the 4 fatal flaws of interviewees. This is what I've covered in my job search career tips 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5. And the rest are how to create a powerful positioning statement, common interview questions, how to handle behavioral questions, the 4 questions that you can actually ask during interviews, and the 4 R's of a follow-up email. Plus, how attractive are you to recruiters? This was really interesting. I had so many comments on this one because people didn't realize how they're perceived. So number 11 is a good one. How to write an effective cover letter. Should you write one? Should you not? And job search strategies and your marketing plan. So what it does is lead us very nicely into today and the networking basics and really how to reach out and connect. And it actually is quite apt because now we can meet face to face again. You can ramp up your networking activities. And I wonder, how do you feel about networking? I'd love to know. So feel free to comment and we'll find out how you feel about networking. All right. So do you like networking? Because there are some people who are natural networkers. They love reaching out, connecting with people, finding out information from them. Some people hate it. Some people love it. Which camp are you in? Do you love networking? Let me know. Do you hate networking? Let me know. And I'd love to know why. What is it about networking that you love, or what is it about networking that you hate? And if you're watching the replay, you can put the hashtag replay so I know in the comments and let me know, because I know right now today is the lifting of restrictions in New South Wales. A lot of people may be commuting to work, so you might not be watching as you normally would be if you were stuck at home, right? Okay, so the most effective way to open the door to your next job is through networking, because this is how you can uncover the hidden jobs, because not all jobs are advertised. If you have been stuck behind a computer screen making applications and not reaching out and having maybe Zoom calls so that people can see you face to face, then you're really passively looking for a job. Clicking apply to a job ad is really quite a passive way to market yourself into the role that you would desire. So networking is the way you're going to uncover those jobs. All right. So first of all, this is a good way to approach networking if you're feeling a bit reluctant. First of all, you have to get clear on what you really want in your career for the next job. Do you really know what you want, or are you just willy-nilly throwing your resume out there into the ether and hoping that something will land? It's really important to know what your sense of purpose is. And once you know, then you can launch your networking. All right. This afternoon, actually at 12 o'clock Sydney time, I'm doing a 45-minute Zoom call for anyone who would like to join me. It's free, and I'll give you the link to register at the end of this presentation, or you can find it in my latest post on LinkedIn as well. Now, secondly, after you get clear on what you really want, you have to craft your positioning statement or pitch. You have to know what you're going to say when someone picks up the phone when you're ringing it. Okay, you need to be able to say, hey, you know, this is who I am. This is what I'm hoping for. Can we set up an appointment to meet up? And also you need to identify who your target audience are. If you don't know who you're going to be reaching out to, well, then you're not going to make that phone call, are you either? So make sure that you know who you need to speak to, and be strategic about who you speak to, and make a list of those people. And how do you do that? So next slide is, this is what you need to consider. Okay, once you're clear on what it is that you really want in the next job that you will be targeting, you need to write down which are the industries that you will target. Perhaps it's only going to be one industry. Maybe you only want to work within pharmaceuticals, or maybe you only want to work in the professional training and coaching industry. Write down whichever industry you wish to target, and there might be 2 or 3 that you are quite open to, because perhaps what you can do is industry agnostic. Yes. And then, which sectors? Do you want to work in the private sector, the public sector, NGOs? Do you want to work for a major charity? What is it that's important to you? So the industries, and then the sector, and then within the industry and sector, which organizations or businesses? Do you want to work for a global multinational? Do you want to work for a local organization or a national organization? Perhaps you want to work within a small, medium enterprise, or you want to work in a startup environment. You need to decide: big business, medium business, small business, or startup. Okay, in which industry, in which sector? And then once you've got the clarity about that, then think about who are the decision makers that you need to get in front of. Here's where you need to do a bit of research and find out, yes? And then not only the key decision makers that you want to get in front of, but who is in the sphere of their influence, so that if you get to know them, they may be able to recommend you to the key decision maker. Makes a lot of sense, doesn't it? Okay, so how will you actually make contact with the people that you've decided you want to get in front of? First of all, it can be via referral. Maybe there's someone that you already know who can facilitate the introduction. That's the best way, because it's a warm call. It's not a cold call then. You can reach out via LinkedIn. Now, don't reach out and connect with someone and then make the ask immediately, because that's just rude. And I find a lot of people tend to do that. They reach out and then they try and sell me something on LinkedIn, and then I don't connect with them. Okay, because I don't like to be sold to. Nobody likes to be sold to. You don't want to be reached out to first point of contact, say, hey, can you help me, when you don't even know them. It's like asking to get married before you get to know someone, right? So make sure you nurture the lead properly first, and then when the time is right, then you make the ask. You can also directly email these people if you're able to find their direct email address. Again, you need to be a detective. You see that little picture down in the corner on my slide. said, okay, be a detective. Do your research, and then you can find out what their email is, and you can make a direct approach. Again, nurture the lead, or you can make a phone call. Now, if it's a cold call, you're going to, be having kittens before you make the call, because cold calls can cause a bit of anxiety, of course. However, if you've got that referral, it won't be such a cold call, and you'll be able to say, so-and-so recommended that I reach out to you. Then people may be more willing. Now, if you reach out to someone and they take time to respond to your email or respond to your message or your DM or whatever it may be, the way that you reach out to them, please, can you thank them for their response? Because very often I get people reaching out to me and I provide a little bit of advice, or I respond back, and then I don't hear back. Now, that really puts you off, don't you think? So make sure that you are nurturing the relationship, because people like to do business with people who they have got to know, they have got to like, and they have got to trust. Yes, okay. And then, because now lockdowns are lifting, and I hope they'll be lifting all across Victoria as well soon in Australia, take it offline and set up a meeting face to face. You can still have the Zoom meetings, but having a coffee catch up is one of the nicest ways to do it. So that's how you can do it. Now, what should you say when you reach out? If you go to my hashtag Jane Career Tips number 6, that's where I talk about how to create a powerful positioning statement so you know what to say. So go over there and have a look. You can also find this information on my YouTube channel. I'll give you the link in a minute. Okay. Now, if you want to really get clear on what you really, really want in your career, today at 12 o'clock, I've got a free 45-minute Zoom webinar. So it's not going to be live streamed. I'm not going to be recording it and releasing it. You need to attend live with me. And if you go to this link, bit.ly/Zoom11oct, okay, because today's the 11th of October, from 12 to 12:45, I'm going to be going step by step through what you need to do to get clear on what you really want in your career. We've been in lockdown for so long. Sometimes we've got a bit frustrated and fuzzy about what's important to us. People have been reassessing their careers, and you've heard about the great resignation or the great attrition. People are leaving businesses in droves, but some without a job to go to yet. So please make sure you know what you want and attend my free webinar today, and just sign up via that link and you'll be able to get there. All right. And also, my doors are opening at the end of October to the Careers Academy. So if you want to get on my wait list, go to thecareersacademy.online, get on the wait list, and I'll notify you as soon as my doors open. And then you've got me on tap. All the support for your career on demand within the membership, which will be fantastic. Yes. Okay. So every Monday I am here. So you can join me again next Monday, and I'll tell you in a minute what I'm going to be talking about because I can't really remember. So here I am back live again. So, I've got all of these lovely comments. Let me just have a look and see what's in the comments section. Paula Gilmore, hello. Be big and back small, Old Bar, New South Wales. I'm not sure what you mean by that, but yes, okay, thank you, Paula. Okay, Andy, happy Freedom Day. Yes, I know, isn't it wonderful? What are you going to be doing first, Andy? And Paul, you're in Melbourne. Oh, no lifting of restrictions just yet for you, so I'm feeling for you, but soon. Paula, you're going to be watching the replay. It's not the replay yet. I'm still live. Mohammed, hello. Thank you so much for joining. And you are from Melbourne as well. So that's lovely that you've joined me today. Elizabeth from Brisbane. Hi, Elizabeth. How are you going? And you haven't been in lockdown. You've been quite lucky, haven't you? And so the selling to go on LinkedIn is horrible. Oh, I know. It's so frustrating when people just sell. And this is like, you know, the reason why I'm doing these LinkedIn lives is so that you can get to know me. I'm not everybody's cup of tea. I know that my communication style and the way I do things doesn't rock everybody's boat, but the people who do like me come back, and I'm just getting to know you a little bit better. And one day you might decide, I'd like to read Jane's book as well, or I'd like to download some of her free stuff, or maybe I'd like her to be my coach. Okay, and so Mohammed, you're doing some typos. Don't know what the typo is. Oh, Edmund, hello. Nice to have you back as well. It's fantastic to see you there. Oh, Mohammed said hi, Edmund, too. And Pianuk, hello, Pianuk. And I believe you're joining me at 12 o'clock today for my Zoom webinar, which will be fantastic. I really can't wait. So actually, I've got some a link for you here. Here, if you want to join me today at 12 o'clock, then bit.ly/Zoom11oct. That's where you need to go to register. You have to register because it's Zoom. There won't be a replay of that. There is a replay of this, my LinkedIn Lives. You'll always be able to get those, all right? And if you're interested in joining the Careers Academy or finding out more, just go to thecareersacademy.online. You can read all about it, and if you want to, you can join the waitlist so you're the first to be notified when I go live. All right. And so I wonder, do you have any questions? If you don't have any questions about networking, oh, Pianok, oh yes, lovely. I can't wait to see you at 12 o'clock. But does anyone have any questions about networking at all? Because I'm going to be off in a minute. And what you're saying, Jane, is it okay to respond to a rejection email? Oh, Mohammed, yes, because it's another opportunity for a connection as well. Anytime that there is a connection, whether it's a phone call, an email, a DM message via LinkedIn or any of your other digital platforms that potentially recruiters may reach out to you on, please do respond. If you get a rejection email, follow up by asking for a little bit of feedback. You might not get any feedback because recruiters are trained really to tell you more like, oh, it wasn't a good cultural fit. But sometimes you get a recruiter who will give you some feedback and maybe give you a bit of advice on how you could have communicated more effectively, or maybe you could have provided more tangible results during the interview process, things like that. So do respond and ask if it would be possible to set up a phone conversation, just a brief 5-minute phone conversation. Let them know how long, because recruiters and screeners are usually quite time poor because there are so many applicants for any one given job. But yes, follow up because it gives you an opportunity for a bit of additional information. And what's the worst thing that could happen? They ignore you and you've already got the rejection letter anyway. But you, even if you're not right for one particular role, perhaps within that organization, you might be suitable for another role. So keep in touch and ask if it would be all right for you to reach out and stay in touch, every so often, because they might say, yes, feel free to reach out because we may have other opportunities later on down the track. Okay, so I hope that helps, Mohammed. And now it's 9:35. I've got to go, and I've got a coaching call coming up, and at 12 o'clock I am going to be live at 12. Hang on, Pianok, what is this? What's the best way or tips to find information on point 4 and 5? Oh, Pianok, what was point 4 and 5? I can't remember. Let me see. Hold on, let me just share my screen again, Pianok. I'm going to have to go. If I share my PowerPoint and I go back, point 4 and 5. Here I'm just going back again to find out what my points were. 4 and 5, phone call, take it offline and set up a meeting. Is that what you mean? Or who are the decision makers and who is in their sphere of influence? I'm not sure what you mean. I'll stop sharing and let Pianok you explain. Okay, so I know exactly what you're asking. Fifi, what's the name of the website to register for the Zoom today? Oh, okay. Here, let me pop it in the comments, and it is bit.ly/Zoom11oct. Okay, there we go. I'm putting it into the chat box. Okay, just type in the in the browser bit.ly/Zoom11oct, or go to my LinkedIn profile because my latest post has got the link there as well. Okay, and also if you look under my events, I have an event and it's how to get clarity in your career. Okay, so I hope that is helpful. In fact, maybe if I share my screen, I wonder if I'm able to share LinkedIn. Hang on, let me see, and I'll be able to show you. And Here we go. I'll share my screen and let me see if it's possible for you to see this. If I go entire screen, nope. I'm having a tech issue here because you've asked me something a bit confusing. Sorry, but this will be interesting and see if I can actually do it. So I'm sharing my screen. Here we go. All right, here's the LinkedIn feed. If you go to my profile, okay, here I am live. But if you scroll down to my latest post, it's this one. Are you prepared for the Great Resignation? Okay, then you will see that here is the link. Okay, you're invited to join a Zoom meeting. So you click on that, and what happens is it opens up, and you can see that you can register with your name and email address. Okay, so I hope that that was helpful, and you'll be able to register. Okay. Pianok here. I mean, decision makers within your target. All right. So you can have a look at company websites, because very often, you know, the top people are there when they talk about their people. If you go to any of the main research databases, such as H&B Hoover's or LexisNexis, IBIS industry reports, very often you can find out. You may need to pay for that, but you can also look on LinkedIn at the company that you're interested in. So go to the company page of the company that you wish to target, and the employees within that company will be there. So in the search field, you can type in managing director or head of digital or marketing manager or global marketing head or head of marketing. So try different job titles, because every company's got different job titles, and then you may be able to find them. LinkedIn, honestly, is like a one-stop shop for job search, so you can find out there. I hope that helps, Pianuk. And now I'm really over time. We're going to be late for my meeting, so I'm going to have to say goodbye. But thank you so much for joining me today. And thank you so much, Paul. Until next time as well. And remember that you can register at this link. And if you want to join me on my YouTube channel at any time, that is the link. You go to youtube.com/Jane Jackson Cremorne, and you'll be able to view any of my previous recordings there as well. Okay, so it's such a pleasure to see you here. One final comment. There we go, Pianok. You're very welcome. Thank you so much for joining me, and we will see you next week when I will be talking about, let me tell you what I'll be talking about next week. Who and how on LinkedIn. That's what we've done today. Next week will be the 5 aspects of your personal brand and professional image. Okay, great. See you later. Bye, guys.